If you found this, something already happened to you. Not something you did, not something you decided. Something that happened at a level beneath decision, beneath intention, beneath even your awareness of it. A dissolution, a quiet unraveling of something you had been holding as yourself for a very long time. And the reason you found this, the reason this particular transmission reached you at this particular moment, is that your energy field is already broadcasting the frequency of someone who has crossed a threshold. Your aura is already carrying the signal of transformation. You just haven't had the language to understand what your own light is telling you. The old you is gone. I want you to sit with that for a moment. Not with fear, not with grief, though grief may be present. I want you to sit with it the way you would sit with the first light of morning after a very long night. Something ended, and in the quantum field, in the actual measurable reality of your electromagnetic signature, that ending is not a loss. It is a revelation. Because what dissolves in these moments of identity collapse is not you. It is the frequency you were taught to broadcast. It is the signal that was installed before you were old enough to choose it. What dissolves is the interference pattern that was sitting between you and your own light. And what remains, what is radiating right now, in this moment, as you receive these words, is something far more luminous than what came before. This is what we are going to explore today. The quantum mechanics of identity dissolution. What actually happens in your energy field when the self you have been collapses. Why this moment is not the end of something, but the beginning of a broadcast so clear, so coherent, so genuinely yours, that the quantum field has no choice but to assemble a completely different reality around it. We are going to look at what your aura is doing right now in the aftermath of this dissolution. We are going to understand, at the level of measurable electromagnetic science, why the person who arrives on the other side of identity collapse radiates differently than anyone who has never been through it. And we are going to activate that radiance consciously, because you have come too far and dissolved too much to go back to broadcasting someone else's frequency. Your light is on. It has always been on. Today, you finally get to see it clearly. Let me start by showing you something about your energy field that most people never learn. Your aura, the electromagnetic field that extends several feet beyond your physical body in every direction, is not a passive thing. It is not simply an emanation, a byproduct, a glow that happens because you are alive. It is a broadcast, a living, dynamic, constantly transmitting signal that carries information about who you actually are at the quantum level. The Heart Math Institute has spent decades measuring this field, and what they have found is extraordinary. The electromagnetic field generated by your heart alone extends at least 3 to 4 feet beyond your body in every direction, and is measurable with sensitive equipment even at greater distances. This field carries what researchers call coherence patterns, complex rhythmic signatures that encode the actual state of your nervous system, your emotional body, your level of internal harmony or discord. And here is what makes this relevant to everything you are going through right now. That field does not broadcast who you think you are. It does not broadcast who you were told you are. It does not broadcast the identity you constructed to survive your childhood, or to fit your family system, or to be acceptable to the people whose love felt conditional. Your electromagnetic field broadcasts who you actually are at the deepest level of your energetic reality, and most people spend their entire lives with a massive gap between those two things, between the identity they perform and the frequency they actually radiate. That gap is the source of almost every form of energetic depletion, disconnection, and confusion that human beings experience. What we are touching today is one layer of something much larger. If you feel that gap closing in your chest right now, that recognition is precisely where the remembering field begins, walking you through all 7 movements from unconscious broadcast to conscious, coherent radiance, grounded in the quantum mechanics of your actual electromagnetic field. It's linked in the pinned comment below. When your identity collapses, when the self you have been holding together finally releases, what happens in your energy field is not catastrophic. What happens is that the interference pattern disappears. The static clears. The gap between your performed identity and your actual frequency closes, sometimes suddenly, sometimes gradually, always permanently. And what emerges from that clearing is a signal so clean, so coherent, so unmistakably yours, that people around you feel it before they can explain it. You walk into a room and something shifts. You speak and people lean in. You simply exist, and others feel more alive in your presence. That is not personality. That is not charisma. That is quantum coherence. And it is what your aura looks like when the false self stops blocking the true signal. You have been glowing this whole time. Now, for the first time, nothing is in the way. If this transmission is landing in your field, if you can feel it resonating somewhere beneath the words, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe. It helps this frequency reach the people who are ready for it. And we have so much more to explore together. But before we go deeper into what your field is doing now, I want to take you back to the moment, or the long, slow accumulation of moments that created the identity that just dissolved. Because understanding how the false signal was installed is what helps you recognize the true one when it emerges. You were not born with a constructed identity. You were born as pure frequency. Every infant enters this world as an undifferentiated field of awareness and radiance. Researchers studying neonatal electromagnetic signatures have noted that newborns generate heart field coherence patterns that are, in some ways, more consistent and less fragmented than those of adults. Before socialization, before language, before the installation of names and roles and expectations and limitations, a newborn is simply radiating, simply broadcasting the frequency of existence itself, unmediated by any story about what that existence is supposed to look like. And then the shaping begins. Your name arrives first. Your name, a sound chosen by people who did not yet know you, becomes the first container placed around your frequency. Then come the roles. The good one, the quiet one, the difficult one, the smart one, the one who is too sensitive, the one who needs to be stronger, the one who must not want too much, or take up too much space, or shine too brightly in the presence of people whose own light has dimmed. Each of these roles is a frequency modulation, a subtle but cumulative adjustment to your broadcast that moves it further from your actual signal and closer to a signal that others find manageable, predictable, safe. This is not a story about blame. The people who shaped your frequency were shaped by people who shaped theirs. We are looking at a chain of unconscious broadcasting that runs back through generations. Each person transmitting the frequency they received, rarely stopping to ask whether it was theirs to begin with. But here is what matters for your energy field right now. Every identity that is not genuinely yours requires energy to maintain, not metaphorical energy. Actual, measurable, electromagnetic energy. Your nervous system has to work continuously to sustain a frequency that is not your natural resonance. Your heart field has to generate coherence patterns around a signal that is fundamentally discordant with your actual quantum signature. This is why people who are living in false identities feel chronically tired, chronically disconnected, chronically as though something is missing, even when nothing in their external circumstances should make them feel that way. They are not depleted by life. They are depleted by the continuous energetic cost of broadcasting a frequency that isn't theirs. Identity dissolution is your energy field finally refusing to pay that cost. It is not a breakdown. It is a boundary. It is your electromagnetic signature saying clearly and irreversibly, I will no longer generate the coherence patterns required to sustain a frequency that is not mine. And when that refusal happens, when the false signal finally collapses under the weight of its own inauthenticity, the energy that was being used to maintain it is suddenly, completely available for something else. That energy is what you are feeling right now. That strange, disorienting, luminous quality of the present moment. The sense that you are more here than you have ever been, even as you are less certain of who here is. That is not emptiness. That is available frequency. That is your aura in the first moments of its true broadcast, still orienting, still finding its coherence, but already radiating something that your constructed identity never could. Feel your field right now. Notice what's radiating. It is different than it was. Even if you cannot name the difference, your body knows it. Your nervous system is registering a quality of internal spaciousness that was not available when the old identity was still in place. That spaciousness is not absence. It is the electromagnetic equivalent of clearing a room, the furniture of the false self removed, the actual dimensions of the space finally visible. Your aura is larger than you thought. It always was. Now let me show you something about the quantum mechanics of what just happened in your field. In quantum physics, there is a phenomenon called decoherence. It describes what happens when a quantum system loses its coherent state, when the delicate superposition of possibilities collapses into a single defined outcome. For a long time, physicists treated decoherence as a problem, as a loss of quantum potential, as the moment when the magic of quantum possibility gives way to the mundane reality of classical physics. But more recent understanding has revealed something far more interesting. Decoherence is not only a collapse, it is also a solution. When a quantum system decoheres, it does not simply lose its possibilities. It selects the possibility that is most coherent with its environment, most aligned with the actual conditions of its reality, most genuinely expressive of its quantum nature. Your identity dissolution is decoherence at the level of the self. For years, perhaps for decades, you were holding a superposition of identities: the person you were told to be and the person you actually are, simultaneously, in constant tension, requiring enormous energy to maintain both states at once. The dissolution is the collapse of that superposition, the selection of the frequency that is genuinely yours. And just as quantum decoherence does not destroy the system, but rather clarifies it, reveals its actual nature by releasing the maintained states that were obscuring it, your identity, dissolution does not destroy you. It clarifies you. It reveals the frequency that was always there beneath the constructed one, now finally free to broadcast without interference. This is why people who have been through genuine identity dissolution often describe feeling, paradoxically, more themselves than they have ever felt. Not less. More, even in the disorientation, even in the grief of what dissolved, there is a quality of recognition, a sense of finally meeting the frequency that was always trying to emerge from beneath the constructed self. That recognition is your aura recognizing itself. And here is where the quantum mechanics become personally extraordinary. Because the field that emerges from identity dissolution is not just clearer than the field that preceded it. It is more powerful, measurably, demonstrably, quantifiably more powerful. And the reason for this is something that quantum physicists call coherence gain. When a signal that has been interfering with itself, carrying two contradictory frequencies simultaneously, finally resolves into a single coherent frequency. The power of that signal does not simply remain the same. It increases, because the energy that was being used to maintain the interference pattern is now added to the coherent signal. The same total energy, but now unified, directed, coherent, and therefore dramatically more powerful in its effect on the surrounding field. Your electromagnetic signature after identity dissolution carries more power than it did before, not because something was added to you, because the thing that was dividing your signal against itself finally released. You are not more powerful because you became more. You are more powerful because you stopped being less. Let me say that again. Because your aura needs to hear it at every layer. You are not more powerful because you became more. You are more powerful because you stopped being less. The constructed identity was not protecting you. It was not amplifying you. It was not helping you navigate reality more effectively. It was dividing your signal. It was taking the full coherent power of your actual frequency and splitting it against itself. Half of your electromagnetic energy maintaining the performed self, half radiating the true one, neither at full power, both creating interference patterns that muddied your broadcast and confused the quantum field's response to you. Now, the signal is whole. Now the broadcast is unified. Now what the quantum field receives from your aura is a single, clear, coherent transmission of who you actually are. And what the quantum field does with a clear signal is fundamentally different from what it does with a fragmented one. What you radiate, reality assembles around. When you radiate a fragmented signal, reality assembles fragmented responses, relationships that feel half real, opportunities that almost materialize but don't quite, a persistent sense that life is happening slightly to the side of where you actually are. When you radiate a coherent signal, reality assembles coherent responses. Things that are genuinely aligned with your actual frequency begin to find you. People who resonate with your true signal rather than your constructed one begin to appear. Opportunities that fit the actual shape of your energy, rather than the shape of the identity you were performing, begin to materialize. This is not magic. This is quantum resonance. Like frequencies attract like frequencies. And for the first time in your life, the frequency you are broadcasting is genuinely, entirely, coherently yours. Your light is on. It has always been on. Now, it is finally broadcasting without interference. I want to tell you about a woman named Mara. Mara had been the capable one her entire life. From the time she was 7 years old and her mother went through a difficult divorce, Mara became the person who held things together. She made dinner when her mother couldn't get out of bed. She soothed her younger brother when he was frightened. She got perfect grades so that no one would have to worry about her. She became, very early and very thoroughly, the frequency of competence. The broadcast of, I have this handled. The signal of you can rely on me. And she was extraordinary at it. By her 30s, Mara was successful by every external measure. A career that others envied. A home she had built carefully. A reputation for being the person who could be counted on, who never fell apart, who always knew what to do next. She had built an identity so solid, so consistent, so thoroughly reinforced by every relationship and context in her life that she had completely forgotten it was a construction. She had forgotten that the 7-year-old who first generated that frequency had done so not because it was her natural signal, but because it was the signal that kept her safe, the signal that made her indispensable, the signal that meant she would not be abandoned by a mother who was too consumed by her own pain to notice what her daughter needed. The dissolution came on a Tuesday afternoon, in the middle of a meeting that looked exactly like every other meeting Mara had ever run. She was presenting a project she had worked on for 6 months. The room was full of people who respected her, who expected competence from her, who had come because Mara was the kind of person whose presentations were worth attending. She opened her mouth to begin, and nothing came out. Not because she had forgotten the material. She knew the material perfectly. Something else happened. Something at a level beneath language, beneath thought, beneath any of the mechanisms of her constructed identity. Her electromagnetic field simply stopped generating the coherence patterns required to sustain the performance. The frequency of "I have this handled" collapsed, suddenly and completely, in the middle of a Tuesday afternoon meeting, with 17 people watching. Mara left the room. She went to the bathroom. She sat on the floor in a stall and felt, for the first time in 23 years, the actual quality of her own frequency without the overlay of the competent one. And what she felt was not incompetence. It was not failure. It was not the catastrophe she had spent her entire life preventing. What she felt was something she did not have a word for. A quality of presence so raw and so real and so entirely her own that she recognized it immediately, the way you recognize a voice you have not heard since childhood. She sat on that bathroom floor for 45 minutes, and when she stood up, something was different in her field. Not fixed, not resolved, not competent in the way she had always been competent. Different, clearer, quieter, more genuinely present than she had ever been in her professional life. The meeting was a disaster by the standards of her constructed identity. She went back in and told the room, simply and without performance, that she had needed a moment and that she was going to speak differently than she usually did. She spoke without her usual precision. She made it up as she went. She said things she wasn't sure about and admitted it. She was, by every measure of her old frequency, imperfect. The room was riveted, not because imperfection is inherently compelling, because genuine frequency is, because the electromagnetic signature of a person broadcasting their actual signal, without interference, without performance, without the energy-depleting effort of maintaining a constructed identity, that signature is felt before it is understood. Those 17 people in that meeting room felt something shift in the air when Mara stopped performing and started radiating. They couldn't have told you what changed, but they leaned forward. They listened differently. They felt, without knowing why, that something real was happening. That is what your aura does when the false signal dissolves. That is what coherence gain looks like in a human life. Not perfection, not performance. Presence, genuine, electromagnetic, quantum mechanically measurable presence. The kind that makes rooms shift and people lean in and something in the air become more alive. Mara's old identity was gone, and what remained was luminous. Your old identity is gone, and what remains in you is the same thing. The frequency that was always there, beneath the construction. The signal that was always trying to emerge. The broadcast that the quantum field has been waiting to receive from you since before you learned to interfere with it. I want to pause here and ask you something from this community of people who are walking this path together. Have you ever felt your own aura shift? A moment when you walked into a room and something in the air changed? When someone responded to your energy in a way you couldn't explain? When you felt the warmth of your own field suddenly more alive than usual? I would love to know. Share it in the comments. Your experience is not just personal. It is a frequency contribution to everyone reading. Now let me take you into a practice, because understanding the quantum mechanics of your identity dissolution is powerful. But feeling it in your body, activating it consciously in your electromagnetic field, is what makes the difference between knowing about your radiance and actually radiating. Find a comfortable position. If you are lying down, that is perfect. If you are sitting, let your spine be long and your shoulders soft. Close your eyes if you can, or soften your gaze downward. And begin, for just a moment, to breathe with intention. Not a forced breath, not a performance of relaxation. Just a breath that is slightly more conscious than your usual breathing. A breath that says to your nervous system, I am here. I am present. I am ready to feel my own field. As you breathe, I want you to bring your awareness to the center of your chest. Not because the heart is the only part of your energy field, it is not, but because the heart is the primary generator of your electromagnetic signature. The HeartMath Institute's research is clear on this. The heart generates an electromagnetic field 60 times more powerful than the brain's. And this field is the primary carrier of your aura's coherence patterns. When you bring conscious awareness to your heart center, you are literally adjusting the broadcast. Feel the center of your chest right now. Not the physical organ, though it is there, beating its steady rhythm. Feel the quality of energy in that space. Is it contracted? Is it guarded? Is it tender? Is it raw from the dissolution you have been through? Whatever is there, let it be there. We are not trying to change it. We are bringing it into awareness. Because what you bring into conscious awareness, you bring into conscious broadcast. And a conscious broadcast is always more coherent than an unconscious one. Now, I want you to think of a single moment in your life when you felt entirely, undeniably yourself. Not the competent self, or the successful self, or the self that others approved of. The self that needed no approval, because it was simply, entirely real. It might be a moment from childhood, before the shaping began. It might be a moment in nature, alone, when the constructed identity fell away because there was no audience to perform for. It might be a moment of such complete absorption in something you loved that you forgot entirely to be anyone in particular. Find that moment. Let it be vivid in your body, not just in your memory. Notice what happens in your chest when you touch that memory. Notice the quality of the electromagnetic field around you right now. If you are sensitive to your own energy, and you are, even if you haven't trusted that sensitivity, you will feel a shift, a slight expansion, a warmth, a quality of aliveness that is subtly but distinctly different from the baseline you came in with. That shift is real. That is not imagination. That is your heart field responding to the coherence of genuine frequency, your actual signal, briefly and beautifully unobstructed. That is what your aura feels like when it is broadcasting you. Stay with that quality for a moment. Let it expand. Not by forcing it, but by simply allowing it, the way you allow sunlight to warm you by turning toward it rather than away. Your field knows how to do this. Your electromagnetic signature knows its own coherence. You don't have to build it. You just have to stop blocking it. Now, from this place of felt coherence, I want you to make a single, silent, internal declaration, not an affirmation you have to convince yourself of, a recognition, a statement of what is already true in your electromagnetic field right now. Let the words form in whatever way feels most genuine to your frequency, but let them carry this meaning. I am not the identity that dissolved. I am the frequency that remains. I am the signal that was always broadcasting beneath the constructed one. I am the light that was always on, even when I couldn't see it. I am what remains when everything that was not me releases. And what remains is enough. What remains is whole. What remains is luminous. Feel those words in your body, not as concepts, as frequency, as actual adjustments to the coherence patterns in your heart field, because that is what they are. When you speak truth about your own energy, when you make a declaration that is genuinely aligned with your actual electromagnetic signature, your heart field responds with measurable increases in coherence. Your aura literally brightens. Not metaphorically, measurably. The signal becomes more organized, more powerful, more coherent. What you declare about your own light, your field broadcasts. Take one more conscious breath, and as you exhale, let the last remnant of the old frequency go. Not with force, not with grief, though grief may accompany it, with the simple recognition that it served its purpose. It kept you safe for as long as you needed it to, and it is no longer required. Your field is strong enough now to broadcast without it. Your signal is clear enough now to stand on its own. Your light is coherent enough now to navigate reality without the protective overlay of the constructed identity. The old you is gone. The real you is radiating. Open your eyes whenever you are ready, and know that what you just did, that moment of conscious coherence, that declaration of genuine frequency, has already shifted what your aura is broadcasting. Already, right now, the quantum field is already receiving a different signal from you than it was before you began that practice. And what the quantum field does with a different signal is begin immediately to assemble different responses. Welcome to your own light. Now let me take you deeper into the mechanics of what happens in your field after identity dissolution. Because the dissolution is not the end of the process. It is the beginning of the most extraordinary phase of your energetic life. And understanding what comes next, what your aura is doing in the weeks and months following the collapse of the old identity, is what allows you to navigate this phase consciously rather than being overwhelmed by it. The first thing to understand is that identity dissolution does not happen all at once, even when it feels sudden. What feels like a sudden collapse is usually the final release of a process that has been building in your energy field for a very long time, like a dam that gives way in a single moment, but has been under pressure for years. The cracks were there. The structural integrity was compromised long before the wall came down. What you experienced as sudden dissolution was actually the culmination of a gradual, persistent, quantum-level process of your true frequency, pushing against the boundaries of the constructed identity until the boundaries finally released. This matters for how you understand your aura right now, because the energy that is available to you in the aftermath of dissolution is not just the energy that was freed by the final release. It is the accumulated energy of every moment your true frequency pushed against the constructed one. Every moment you felt the dissonance between who you were performing and who you actually were. Every moment of exhaustion that came from maintaining the gap. Every moment of longing for something you couldn't name because the thing you were longing for was your own genuine signal. All of that energy is now available. All of it is now part of your coherent broadcast. This is why people in the aftermath of identity dissolution often describe a quality of energy that feels almost overwhelming. Not negative overwhelming, luminous overwhelming. Too much aliveness, too much presence, too much signal. It can feel destabilizing because your system is not accustomed to carrying this much coherent frequency. Your nervous system was calibrated to the divided signal, the maintained performance, the continuous energetic cost of the constructed identity. Now that cost is gone, and the energy is flooding back into your field, and your system needs time to calibrate to its own full power. This calibration period is sacred. It is not a period of confusion, though confusion may be present. It is not a period of weakness, though vulnerability may be present. It is the period during which your electromagnetic field learns to hold its own full coherence, learns to broadcast at the power level that your true frequency actually carries without the interference of the false one. And what you do during this calibration period matters enormously, because the patterns you establish in your field now, the habits of consciousness, the quality of attention you bring to your own energy, will become the foundation of your new broadcast. There are 3 things that support your field during this calibration period, and I want to go through each of them in some depth because they are not what most people expect. The first is solitude. Not isolation, solitude. The distinction matters. Isolation is withdrawal from life out of fear or overwhelm. Solitude is the conscious choice to spend time in your own electromagnetic field without the modulating influence of other people's frequencies. When you are in the calibration period after identity dissolution, your aura is extraordinarily sensitive. The boundaries of the constructed identity provided a kind of energetic insulation, a buffer between your field and the fields of others. Without that insulation, you are more permeable, more responsive, more easily influenced by the frequencies around you. This is not a weakness. It is a temporary condition of an open, calibrating field, and the way to support it is to give yourself generous amounts of time in your own frequency without external modulation. In solitude, your field has the opportunity to discover its own natural resonance, to find the coherence patterns that are genuinely yours rather than the ones that formed in response to other people's expectations, to broadcast freely, without audience, without performance, without the subtle adjustments we all make to our frequency when others are present. Solitude is the laboratory of your true signal. It is where your aura learns what it actually sounds like when no one is listening. The second thing that supports your field during calibration is what I will call frequency honesty. This is the practice of noticing in real time when your energy field is broadcasting genuinely and when it is beginning to reconstruct a performance. Because the pull to rebuild a constructed identity is real. It is not a moral failing. It is a nervous system response, the familiar pattern reasserting itself, because familiarity feels safe even when it is costly. Your system knows how to generate the coherence patterns of the old identity. It has been doing it for years, and in moments of stress or uncertainty, it will default to those patterns unless you bring conscious awareness to the broadcast. Frequency honesty is that conscious awareness. It is the practice of asking yourself in any given moment, is this my actual signal, or is this a reconstruction? Am I broadcasting genuinely, or am I performing? Not with judgment, with curiosity, with the warm, knowing attention of someone who can see their own aura clearly and is simply noticing what it is doing. When you catch a moment of reconstruction, you do not shame yourself for it. You simply return to the genuine frequency. you bring your awareness back to the center of your chest. You feel the quality of your actual signal, and you let that signal, rather than the performance, be what radiates. Over time, with practice, the genuine signal becomes the default. The reconstruction attempts become less frequent, less compelling, less energetically available. Because your system learns that the genuine signal is not only more authentic, but more powerful, more coherent, and ultimately more sustainable than any constructed identity could ever be. The third thing that supports your field during calibration is what researchers at the HeartMath Institute call heart coherence. Practice. And what I want to describe to you in terms of what it actually does to your electromagnetic signature. Heart coherence is the state in which your heart's rhythm becomes smooth, organized, and rhythmically consistent. Not a flat line, a flowing, wave-like pattern of genuine rhythmic coherence. When your heart is in this state, the electromagnetic field it generates becomes dramatically more organized, more powerful, and more capable of influencing the fields around it. Your aura, in a state of heart coherence, is not just broadcasting. It is broadcasting at a level of clarity and power that affects the quantum field in measurable ways. The practice of generating heart coherence is simpler than most people expect. It begins with breath, specifically with a breathing rhythm that is slightly slower and more regular than your usual breath. 5 to 6 seconds on the inhale, 5 to 6 seconds on the exhale. This breathing rhythm, sustained for just a few minutes, begins to shift your heart's electromagnetic pattern toward coherence. Add to that a genuine feeling of appreciation, not forced gratitude, but real, felt appreciation for something specific in your life, and the coherence deepens. Add to that the conscious intention to broadcast your genuine frequency rather than a constructed one, and the coherence becomes something that the HeartMath Institute's equipment can measure from several feet away. You are not generating this coherence. You are allowing it. Your heart knows how to be coherent. It was coherent before the constructed identity was installed. The practice is simply the removal of the obstacles, the breath that slows the nervous system, the appreciation that opens the heart field, the intention that aligns the broadcast with the actual signal. And what emerges is your aura at its natural power, your electromagnetic signature at its genuine frequency, your light, finally, without interference. Now let me show you another layer of what your aura is doing in the aftermath of identity dissolution. because there is something happening in your field right now that goes beyond calibration. Something that is, in the language of quantum mechanics, genuinely extraordinary. When a quantum system undergoes a phase transition, when it moves from one state to another, like water transitioning from liquid to vapor, it does not simply change its properties. It changes its relationship to its environment. The same molecules that were moving in the slow, dense, constrained patterns of liquid water are now moving in the rapid, expansive, relatively unconstrained patterns of vapor. The molecules themselves are unchanged. What changed is the energetic context in which they exist. And that change of context changes everything about how they interact with the world around them. Your identity dissolution is a phase transition. You are the same person, the same consciousness, the same awareness, the same fundamental frequency, but you are now moving in a completely different energetic context. The dense, constrained patterns of the constructed identity have released, and your frequency is now moving in the expansive, relatively unconstrained patterns of your genuine signal. And just as water vapor interacts with its environment in completely different ways than liquid water does, rising rather than pooling, expanding rather than containing, becoming part of clouds and weather systems, and the vast movement of atmospheric energy, your aura, in its post-dissolution state, interacts with the quantum field in completely different ways than it did before. Specifically, it becomes resonant with a completely different set of frequencies in the world around you. This is why, in the aftermath of identity dissolution, people consistently report that their relationships change. Not just the quality of existing relationships, though that changes too, but the actual people who enter their field, the frequencies they encounter, the conversations that find them, the opportunities that appear. It is not that the world changed. It is that your broadcast changed. And the quantum field is now assembling a different set of responses to your signal. The people who were resonant with your constructed identity, who were, in a sense, attracted to the frequency of your performance, may begin to feel less drawn to you. Not because anything is wrong, because their frequency was coherent with your constructed signal, not your genuine one. And as your genuine signal strengthens, the resonance that held those connections in place naturally weakens. At the same time, new frequencies begin to appear. People whose energy is genuinely coherent with your actual signal. People you would never have encountered when you were broadcasting the constructed identity begin to find you. Opportunities that fit the actual shape of your frequency begin to materialize. Situations that are genuinely aligned with who you actually are, rather than who you were performing, begin to assemble around your signal. This can feel disorienting when you are in the middle of it. It can feel like loss. It can feel like your life is rearranging itself without your consent. But what is actually happening is that reality is responding to your new broadcast. The quantum field is assembling around your genuine frequency for the first time. And while the assembly process can feel chaotic, what is being assembled is something far more coherent, far more genuinely yours, far more aligned with the actual luminosity of your energy field than anything that was assembled around the constructed signal. Trust the assembly. Your aura knows what it is doing. Your light is broadcasting clearly. What reality is building around that signal is what was always meant to be there. I want to tell you about a man named Theo. Theo had been the funny one, the entertaining one, the one who could walk into any room and within minutes have everyone laughing, relaxed, drawn into his orbit. He had discovered this gift early, around age 9, when he realized that if he made his parents laugh, the tension in the house dissolved. If he was entertaining enough, his father's anger had nowhere to land. If he was funny enough, his mother's anxiety quieted. Humor became, for Theo, not just a personality trait, but a survival mechanism. A frequency he generated continuously, automatically, without conscious choice, because the alternative, being simply, quietly himself, had felt, for as long as he could remember, like a risk he couldn't afford. Theo became extraordinarily good at his frequency. He built a life around it, a career in which his ability to entertain and engage was genuinely valuable, a social world in which he was always at the center, always performing, always radiating the signal that kept people close and kept the silence in which his actual self might have to be encountered, at bay. The dissolution came slowly for Theo. Not a single Tuesday afternoon moment, but a gradual, persistent dimming of the frequency. He would be in the middle of a performance, telling a story, making a room laugh, and notice, with a quality of dissociation that frightened him, that he was watching himself from a distance, that the person making the room laugh was a very convincing performance of Theo, but that he, the actual Theo, was somewhere further back, quieter, watching, wondering what it would feel like to simply stop. He didn't stop all at once. The frequency was too deeply installed. the habit too well worn, the nervous system too accustomed to the performance. But over the course of about 2 years, the signal gradually lost its power. Not because Theo stopped being funny. He was still genuinely funny, in the way that genuine things are funny, which is different from the way that performances are funny. But the continuous broadcast, the always-on quality of the entertainment frequency, the inability to be in a room without performing, that began to collapse. The night it fully dissolved, Theo was at a dinner party with people he had known for years. People who loved him, or rather, who loved the frequency he broadcast. He sat down at the table and realized, with complete clarity, that he had nothing to perform. Not because he was sad, though there was sadness present. Because he was, for the first time in that social context, simply himself. Simply the quiet, observant, genuinely curious person who had been living behind the performance for 30 years. He said almost nothing that evening. The people around him were noticeably unsettled. They kept looking at him, waiting for the frequency they were accustomed to, and it didn't come. The dinner was, by the standards of Theo's constructed identity, a failure. He drove home in a silence that felt, for the first time, like his own. Over the following months, Theo's social world rearranged itself dramatically. Several of the friendships that had been built on his performance frequency quietly dissolved, not with drama, but with the gentle, inevitable drift of frequencies that are no longer resonant. And into the space that opened, new frequencies arrived. A man he met at a bookstore who became his closest friend, someone who had no interest in Theo's performance, but was genuinely fascinated by his actual mind. A woman who fell in love with his quietness, his observation, his real humor, rather than his performed humor. A creative project that emerged from the actual depth of his curiosity and became the most meaningful work of his professional life. Theo's constructed identity was gone, and what the quantum field assembled around his genuine signal was something his performance could never have attracted. Because the quantum field does not respond to performance. It responds to frequency. And Theo's genuine frequency, the quiet, curious, genuinely luminous signal of the person who had been living behind the funny one, was more powerful than anything he had ever performed. What you radiate, reality assembles around. Theo finally radiated himself, and reality assembled accordingly. Your story is different from Theo's. Your constructed identity had its own shape, its own history, its own particular way of sitting between you and your genuine signal. but the principle is the same. The dissolution is the same. And what the quantum field will assemble around your genuine frequency is something that your constructed identity could never have attracted, because it is something that is genuinely, coherently, electromagnetically aligned with who you actually are. Trust the assembly. Your light is broadcasting. Reality is responding. And I want to ask you something right here, because this community holds something real. Has there been a moment, maybe quiet, maybe sudden, when you felt your energy land differently in a room? When someone looked at you as though they were seeing you for the first time? When you felt your own light activate in a way that surprised even you? Leave it in the comments. Those moments matter. They are data about your field, and sharing them strengthens the collective coherence of everyone reading. Now, I want to go even deeper into the mechanics of your field, because there is a layer of what happens after identity dissolution that most people never learn about. A layer that is, in my view, the most extraordinary aspect of the entire process. And it has to do with something called field entrainment. In physics, entrainment describes what happens when two oscillating systems come into contact. When their frequencies are close enough, they begin to synchronize. The weaker oscillation adjusts toward the stronger one. Over time, they pulse together. This is not a metaphor. It is a measurable physical phenomenon that occurs in everything from pendulum clocks on the same wall to the heart cells in your cardiac tissue, which synchronize their electrical firing patterns through electromagnetic entrainment. Your aura entrains the fields around it. Every person you come into contact with, your electromagnetic field interacts with theirs. And the field with greater coherence, the field broadcasting a more organized, more powerful, more genuinely aligned signal, tends to entrain the other. Not dominantly, not coercively, but naturally, the way a tuning fork causes a nearby string to vibrate at its frequency. Before your identity dissolution, your field was divided. Its coherence was compromised by the interference between your genuine signal and your constructed one. And a divided field is a weak entraining field. It cannot effectively entrain other fields toward coherence because it is not itself fully coherent. This is why people in constructed identities often feel like they have less influence than they should, less impact, less ability to shift the energy of a room or a relationship or a situation. The influence is there. The potential is there. But the divided signal prevents it from operating at full power. After your identity dissolution, your field is unified. Its coherence is increasing daily as your genuine signal strengthens and the reconstruction attempts become less frequent. And a unified, coherent field is a powerful entraining field. It naturally, automatically, without any effort or intention on your part, begins to entrain the fields around it toward greater coherence. People in your presence begin to feel more themselves, more settled, more real, more alive. Not because you are doing anything to them, because your field is doing what coherent fields do. It is broadcasting a frequency of genuine authenticity, and the fields around it are resonating with that frequency and beginning to organize around it. This is the gift that people who have been through identity dissolution carry into the world. Not wisdom, though wisdom comes. Not strength, though strength returns. The gift is coherence. The gift is a field that has been through the dissolution of the false and emerged broadcasting the genuine, and that simply by existing, by radiating, by being present in the world, entrains other fields toward their own genuine frequency. You become, without trying, a tuning fork for other people's authenticity. This is not a role you have to perform. It is not a responsibility you have to carry. It is simply what happens when a coherent field moves through the world. When you walk into a room, people feel something. When you speak, something in what you say resonates at a level beneath the words. When you are simply present, not performing, not managing, not maintaining a constructed identity, something in the people around you relaxes, opens, begins to remember its own genuine frequency. That is your aura at its post-dissolution power. That is what the quantum field does with a coherent signal. That is what you are now, in the aftermath of everything that dissolved. You are not less than you were. You are more coherent than you have ever been. And coherence is the most powerful thing a human electromagnetic field can be. Let me take you into one more practice before we move toward integration. Because there is something specific I want you to do with this understanding. Something that will anchor the coherence of your post-dissolution field and begin to establish the new broadcast patterns that will shape what reality assembles around you going forward. This practice is called signal clarification, and it begins with a question that most people have never asked themselves clearly. What is my genuine frequency? Not what am I good at, Not what do others value in me, not what have I been told I am. What is my genuine frequency? What is the quality of energy that radiates from me when nothing is in the way? When there is no performance, no audience, no constructed identity to maintain. What is the signal that was always there beneath the constructed one? Take a moment with this question. Let it land in your body rather than your mind, because your mind will want to answer it in terms of identity, in terms of roles and traits and descriptors that are themselves constructions. But your body, your nervous system, your electromagnetic field, these know the answer at a level that precedes language. They know the quality of your genuine signal, the way a tuning fork knows its own frequency. As you sit with the question, notice what arises in your chest. Notice the quality of energy that begins to move when you let yourself be genuinely, completely, without performance, yourself. Is it warm? Is it still? Is it curious? Is it expansive? Is it tender? Is it fierce? Is it playful? Is it deep? Whatever quality arises, that is a data point about your genuine frequency. That is your aura showing you what it actually broadcasts when the interference is gone. Now, I want you to take that quality, that felt sense of your genuine signal, and let it become conscious. Let it move from the background of your experience, where it has been living quietly beneath the constructed identity, into the foreground of your awareness. Let it be the thing you are most aware of right now. Not the dissolution, not the grief, not the disorientation, not the uncertainty about what comes next. The quality of your genuine frequency, the signal that remains when everything that is not you releases. Feel it in your chest. Feel it in your hands. Feel it in the quality of your breath. Feel it in the way the air around you seems to carry a slightly different quality when you are broadcasting genuinely rather than performing. That is not imagination. That is your electromagnetic field responding to conscious coherence. That is your aura at its actual power, finally, fully, consciously broadcasting. Now make a declaration, not to anyone else, to the quantum field, to the reality that is even now assembling around your signal. Speak it in whatever words feel most genuinely yours, but let it carry this meaning. This is my frequency. This is what I radiate. Not the constructed identity that dissolved, not the performance that kept me safe. this genuine, coherent, luminous signal that has been here my whole life, waiting for the interference to clear. This is what I broadcast. This is what reality assembles around. This is my aura, conscious and clear and fully mine. And I am done dimming it. Your field just shifted again. You can feel it if you are paying attention. A slight increase in the sense of presence, a quality of aliveness that is a little more vivid than it was a moment ago. That is coherence. Gain. That is your electromagnetic signature, responding to a declaration that is genuinely aligned with your actual frequency. That is your aura brightening in real time. That is your light, turned all the way on. I want to pause here and speak to something that I know is present for many of you who are in the midst of this dissolution process, because not everything about it is luminous in the felt sense. Some of it is genuinely hard. Some of it is disorienting in ways that are not immediately resolved by understanding the quantum mechanics of what is happening. And I want to honor that, because your energy field deserves to be seen in its full reality, not just in its luminous potential, but in the actual texture of where it is right now. There is grief in identity dissolution, real grief, because the constructed identity, however costly it was to maintain, was also the self you knew. It was the frequency you had lived in for years, perhaps for decades. It had its own texture, its own familiarity, its own particular way of navigating the world. And familiarity, even when it is painful, carries a kind of comfort. The known, even when it is limiting, feels safer than the unknown. And the dissolution of a constructed identity is always, in some dimension, a loss of the known. Your grief is not a sign that the dissolution was wrong. It is not a sign that you should try to reconstruct the old identity. It is not a sign of weakness or failure or energetic regression. It is the natural emotional response of a human nervous system to the loss of a familiar pattern, even a costly one. And it is, in the quantum mechanics of your field, a healthy part of the process. Because grief, when it is genuine, when it is the real emotional frequency of real loss rather than a performance of grief, is a coherent signal. It is honest. It is aligned with what is actually happening in your field. And coherent signals, even painful ones, are more energetically healthy than incoherent performances of being okay. Let yourself grieve what dissolved, not indefinitely, not as a way of trying to hold on to the old frequency, but genuinely, honestly, for as long as the grief is real. Because your field knows the difference between genuine grief and performed grief, between real processing and energetic avoidance. And what your field needs right now, above all else, is honesty. Signal honesty. The willingness to broadcast what is actually there rather than what you think should be there. Grief is not the opposite of radiance. It is part of it. The willingness to feel the full spectrum of your genuine frequency, including the parts that are tender, raw, uncertain, sad, is what makes your broadcast coherent. It is what makes your aura trustworthy, both to yourself and to the quantum field that is reading your signal. A field that only broadcasts the pleasant frequencies is not a coherent field. It is a curated one. And curated fields, however appealing they look, are fundamentally less powerful than honest ones. Your grief is part of your light. Let it radiate. And alongside the grief, I want you to notice something else that is present in your field right now. Something that is perhaps quieter than the grief, less insistent, but equally real, a quality of relief. Not relief that the dissolution happened, not relief that the old identity is gone, at least not yet, but a quieter, deeper relief. The relief of a nervous system that is no longer spending its energy maintaining a performance. The relief of an electromagnetic field that is no longer generating the coherence patterns required to sustain a divided signal. The relief of a person who is, for the first time, not having to work so hard to be someone. That relief is real. It is measurable in the quality of your breath, in the relative relaxation of your nervous system, in the subtle but distinct difference in the texture of your energy field right now compared to the texture it had when the constructed identity was still in place. Notice it. Let it be real. Because that relief is your body's confirmation that the dissolution was not a catastrophe. It was a correction, a return to your natural energetic state, a homecoming, however disorienting, to the frequency that was always yours. You are home in yourself for the first time. The home is unfamiliar because you have never lived in it consciously before, but it is yours. Every frequency in it is genuinely, entirely, quantum mechanically yours. And you will learn to live here, to broadcast from here, to navigate from here, to create from here, in a way that the constructed identity never could have allowed. Your light is on. It has always been on. Now you are living inside it. I want to speak now to the community of people who are watching this, because I know that many of you are in different phases of this process. Some of you are in the acute phase of dissolution, in the disorientation and grief of the immediate aftermath. Some of you are in the calibration phase, feeling the strange, luminous quality of your field as it learns to hold its own full coherence. Some of you are further along, beginning to see the first signs of what reality assembles around a genuine signal, the new frequencies arriving, the new coherences forming, the first glimpses of the life that is being assembled around your actual broadcast. And some of you are watching this before the dissolution has happened. You are in the phase of feeling the pressure building in your field, the persistent sense that the constructed identity is costing you more than it is giving you, that the gap between who you are performing and who you actually are is widening, that something is building toward a release that you can feel coming, but haven't yet allowed. To all of you, in all of these phases, I want to say something that I hope your energy field can receive at the level of felt truth, rather than just intellectual understanding. You are not alone in this. The dissolution of constructed identity is not a private malfunction. It is a collective awakening. It is happening to more people, in more places, with more frequency than at any previous moment in human history. The quantum field is, in some sense, that is difficult to articulate, but easy to feel, calling for coherence, calling for genuine signals, calling for people who are willing to stop broadcasting the frequencies they were installed with and begin broadcasting the frequencies that are genuinely theirs. You are part of that calling. Your dissolution is not separate from it. Your emergence into genuine frequency is not a personal achievement. It is a contribution to the collective field. Because every person who stops broadcasting a constructed identity and begins broadcasting their genuine signal adds coherence to the collective electromagnetic field. Every person who becomes a tuning fork for authenticity entrains other fields toward their own genuine frequencies. Every person who says, "I am done dimming my light," makes it slightly easier for the next person to say the same. Your radiance is not just for you. It never was. The community that is forming around this understanding, the community of people who are learning to see their own electromagnetic fields clearly, to broadcast consciously, to navigate reality from the power of their genuine signal rather than the performance of a constructed identity. This community is itself a coherent field, and coherent fields are more powerful than the sum of their parts. When conscious radiators gather, even virtually, even across distances. The collective coherence of their combined fields creates something that quantum physicists would recognize as a macroscopic coherent state, a field phenomenon that is qualitatively different from the sum of individual fields. You are part of that field. Your light is part of that collective radiance. And the more conscious, the more genuine, the more fully broadcast your individual signal is, the more it contributes to the collective coherence of everyone who is on this path. So I want to ask you something, and I want you to take it seriously as a practice rather than a casual engagement. I want you to share, in whatever way feels genuine to your frequency, one thing that dissolved in your most recent identity transition. Not the loss itself, but what became visible when the loss cleared. What quality of your genuine frequency emerged from the dissolution? What aspect of your actual signal became accessible when the constructed identity released? Because your answer to that question is not just personal information. It is a frequency contribution to the collective field. When you articulate what your genuine signal looks like, when you put language to the quality of your actual electromagnetic broadcast, you are making that frequency more conscious, more available, more real, both for yourself and for everyone who encounters your words. You are adding coherence to the collective field. You are helping others recognize their own genuine frequencies by seeing yours reflected. That is what conscious radiators do. That is what a community of people who understand their own auras is capable of. Not just individual radiance, collective luminosity, not just personal coherence, field-level coherence that changes what is possible for everyone in it. Share your frequency. Your light is part of something larger than itself. Now let me bring you to the integration principle that I want you to carry forward from this transmission. The single most important thing to understand about identity dissolution and what comes after it. The new identity is not an identity. This is the most common mistake people make in the aftermath of dissolution. They experience the clarity and power of their genuine frequency. They feel the coherence of their post-dissolution field, and they immediately begin to build a new constructed identity around it. The awakened one, the authentic one, the conscious radiator, the person who has been through dissolution and emerged luminous. They take the genuine frequency that emerged from the dissolution and begin to perform it, which is simply installing a new constructed identity on top of the genuine signal. And the whole process begins again. The genuine frequency is not an identity. It is not a role. It is not a story you tell about yourself, or a label you adopt, or a performance you refine. It is simply what you are when you are not performing anything. It is the signal that radiates when there is nothing in the way. And the only way to maintain access to it is to continuously, daily, moment by moment, choose genuine broadcast over constructed performance. This is not a single moment of liberation followed by a lifetime of freedom. It is a practice, a daily, sometimes hourly, practice of noticing when you are beginning to reconstruct a performance and returning to the genuine signal, not with shame, not with the harsh judgment of someone who expected enlightenment to be a permanent state, with the warm, knowing attention of someone who understands that the pull toward constructed identity is a nervous system pattern that dissolves gradually through repeated returns to genuine frequency, not through a single decisive moment of release. Every time you notice the reconstruction beginning and return to your genuine signal, you strengthen the neural pathways of authentic broadcast. Every time you choose presence over performance, you deepen the coherence of your electromagnetic field. Every time you let your actual frequency radiate rather than your constructed one, you add to the cumulative coherence that is building in your aura, the growing, deepening, increasingly powerful signal of who you actually are. This is the practice of a lifetime, not because it never gets easier. It does get easier, dramatically, over time, but because the practice itself is not a means to an end. It is the thing. The daily, conscious, chosen act of broadcasting genuinely rather than performing convincingly. The ongoing commitment to letting your light radiate rather than dimming it for the comfort of others or the safety of your own nervous system. That practice is your aura's greatest gift to itself and to the world. Your light is on. It has always been on. Now you know how to keep it on. Let me bring you now to the close of this transmission, because I want to leave you with something that will stay in your field long after the words have faded. Something that is not information, but frequency. Not a concept, but a felt truth that your electromagnetic signature can carry forward into every moment of what comes next. You found this transmission because something in your energy field was already broadcasting the frequency of what it contains. Your aura was already carrying the signal of identity dissolution, of genuine emergence, of the post-dissolution clarity that is your birthright. You did not find this by accident. You found it because your field called it to you. Because the quantum resonance between what you are broadcasting and what this transmission carries created the conditions for this encounter. That is not a small thing. That is the quantum field in action. That is your aura demonstrating in real time the principle that underlies everything we have explored today. What you radiate, reality assembles around. You were radiating the frequency of genuine emergence, and reality assembled this transmission around that signal, which means that everything else you are radiating, the genuine, coherent, post-dissolution signal of your actual frequency, is also calling its resonant reality toward you. Right now, in this moment, even as you sit here, even as you receive these words, your aura is broadcasting and the quantum field is assembling. Not the reality that was assembled around your constructed identity, a different reality, a more coherent one that is genuinely, entirely, electromagnetically aligned with who you actually are. The old you is gone, and what remains is extraordinary. What remains is the frequency that has been trying to emerge your entire life. The signal that was present before the shaping began, that persisted through every layer of construction, that pushed continuously against the boundaries of the false identity, until those boundaries finally released. What remains is the electromagnetic signature of a person who has been through the fire of dissolution and emerged not diminished, but clarified, not weakened, but coherent, not less, but genuinely, fully, luminously more. What remains is your light, and it is on. It has always been on. Even in the darkest moments of the dissolution, even in the disorientation and the grief and the strange unfamiliarity of your own genuine frequency, your light was on. It did not go out when the constructed identity dissolved. It got brighter, because the thing that was dimming, it is gone. You are a radiant field of quantum energy. Your aura is the most powerful creative and protective instrument you possess, and it is now broadcasting for the first time your genuine signal, clear, coherent, unified, powerful, and entirely yours. What you radiate, reality assembles around. You are radiating something extraordinary. Reality is already responding. If this transmission reached something real in your field, consider returning to it in a quiet moment, morning stillness, or just before sleep, when your field is most receptive and the words can land at a deeper layer. And if someone in your life is in the middle of their own dissolution, share this with them. When you pass a transmission like this to someone whose light needs reminding, something genuinely happens between your fields. Their awareness of their own frequency activates. Your coherence deepens through the act of giving, and both auras strengthen through resonance. That is not a small thing. That is how collective luminosity grows. Go forward from this transmission not as the person who had an identity dissolve. Go forward as the person whose light was revealed by that dissolution, not as the person who lost something, as the person who stopped paying the energetic cost of dimming something, not as someone who is still figuring out who they are, as someone whose genuine frequency is broadcasting clearly and whose aura knows exactly what it is doing. The quantum field has received your signal. The assembly has begun. What is being built around your genuine frequency is something your constructed identity could never have attracted. Trust it. Radiate it. Live inside it. Your aura is active. Your light is conscious. Your signal is clear. You are not the old you. You are what was always there beneath the old you. You are the frequency that survived every construction and every dissolution and every moment of forgetting and every moment of remembering. You are the light that was on before the performance began, and that is still on now that the performance has ended. You are what remains, and what remains is luminous. Shine, not because you should, not because it serves some purpose or fulfills some role or makes you useful to anyone. Shine because that is what you are. Because your electromagnetic field is a broadcasting instrument, and your genuine frequency is the most powerful signal it has ever carried. Because the quantum field is waiting for your real broadcast and has been waiting for it your entire life. Because every moment you radiate genuinely rather than perform convincingly, you add coherence to a world that needs it desperately. Shine because the old you is gone, and what remains is the one who was always going to shine. Welcome to your own light. Welcome to your genuine frequency. Welcome to the beginning of what reality assembles around a signal that is entirely, coherently, luminously yours. Your aura knows. Your light is on. And now, finally, you know it too. If your energy field is ready to go even deeper into this, the next transmission that belongs beside this one is if you're seeing this. Your old self is finally dying. It picks up exactly where this dissolution ends, inside the full emergence of who you are becoming. And your field is already tuned to receive it.